I do my best to make a more or less scientific test, let's say so, between two of my water mixable oil colors. One of them is Lukas Berlin. I have the 20 milliliter set, which has 10 excellent colors. The color range is very well selected, and this is a swatch card which I made, and the colors are really excellent. So I painted it a number of days ago, 10 days ago actually. So this is when I had this set, so I'm really happy with these colors. And then the other set I have is the Cobra, again 10 40 milliliter tubes and some accessories. This is what I would call the gift set, because it had a jar of a bottle of painting medium, as well as 10 very nice colors. So these are the colors, not exactly the same as in the Lukas, but the color selection here is again awesome, very useful. And the colors, of course, because this is a much bigger box. Oh, and this also has a small container for the painting medium, white painting, and two brushes. The number 10 and the number 4 are also included. These are Cobra branded, orange, where the end of the brushes are orange colored. So this is the set that I'm going to use. And the main thing, the main feature I want to test and compare is how smooth out of the box, out of the tube, these paints are. So I have painted a number of paintings with both of these colors. I love both of them. So it would be to me impossible to decide which one I prefer, which one I would use. I use both of them, and the Lukas seemed to be a tiny bit softer out of the tube. So I have here Lukas Berlin. So these are the 20 milliliter tubes from the set, and this one I purchased individually. This is raw umber, because one of the books which I used for my learning of oil painting with water mixable colors, that book required a lot of raw umber, so that's why I also have a tube. So the Lukas Berlin tube is 37 milliliters, and the Cobra paint is 40 milliliters. Yeah, both are about the same price. In my area, Berlin, not tiny bit seems to me less expensive, but both are expensive colors. So from the Cobra I use the artist quality, so this is the top quality, the most expensive version of the Cobra water mixable oil paints. Lukas Berlin is the again, so about the same price quality, price range, a very minimal difference, maybe 20%. Berlin seems to me a tiny bit less expensive here in my area. And what is also interesting, that and also noticeable that the opening of the Lukas tubes are, in my opinion, a lot more convenient than the Cobra paint tubes, because the Lukas opening is a lot bigger. Very convenient to take paint from the Lukas tube. So this is not only for the Lukas Berlin, but also the traditional Lukas oil paint. This is also true that the tubes are, in my opinion, a tiny bit more convenient because of the opening is bigger. And this is the Cobra is a bit smaller. But this is, of course, this is not the primary factor, but just in case, if you want to understand some differences. For this test, I'm not using this raw umber. Instead, I picked 5 colors for each of them. Titanium white for brown, ultramarine blue from both, and the reds, cadmium imitation, vermilion from the Berlin. This is imitation, that is a hue, and also here Pyro red from Cobra, and then yellow ochre from Broad set, and also the last one is burnt umber from both of these colors, just to see if these 5 colors, how do they behave on this strip of piece of paper. And this is a Fabriano Tela 300 gram oil paper. I use the back side, which is a tiny bit smoother than the A side. The A side has a protrusion, small protrusion, an imitation of the texture of the linen, the canvas. But the back side is also has some texture, but a lot smoother than the cover side. So I'm going to use the back side for the smoother experience, and my palette is just a regular paper palette here too. So let's start with then the titanium wine from Berlin, and then from the Berlin from Lukas Berlin, and also titanium white from Cobra. Just I squeeze out a tiny bit just for the experience, for the squeezing out. Let's just put these colors over here to make room for the experiment. Give me a sec. So, squeezing out some Cobra paint, a tiny bob, like a small quantity really, and Lukas, both so from the Lukas Berlin, immediately out of the tube, I can say that the Lukas Berlin seems to be significantly and noticeably softer. And this is a brush. I want to use the same brush for all. This is Borciani Bonazzi number 832 Sinteico. That's a number 6 brush, which I love and use a lot. This is an oil and acrylic brush. So let's Definitely. The Cobra paint, this white, titanium white, is definitely soft. No problem with that. No problem with that at all. Okay. No problem with that. But now let me just try the Berlin. Yeah, absolutely. A lot softer. A lot more softer. It definitely doesn't require any medium. This is ready to paint out of the tube, sure. Yeah, again, the Cobra paint is also excellent, but it may take some painting medium, sure. But the Berlin, the Lukas Berlin, yeah, lot softer. At least the titanium white. Okay, let's see the other colors. Move on over to the Lukas Berlin Ultramarine. Okay, this is Lukas Berlin. The ultramarine is definitely from Lukas, is not as soft as the titanium white. Let's check out the Cobra. Let's start with the Cobra. It is about the same consistency, the same thickness or softness as the titanium, maybe a tiny bit less as soft as the titanium white. Whatever these colors could come, I mean the Cobra color can come immediately over to this paper, and yeah. Now let's check out the Lukas Berlin Ultramarine Blue. Definitely it is softer, not as soft definitely as this titanium white from Lukas, but this is about the same softness. Interesting. Yes, this is a tiny bit softer, but not that much. Okay, let's move over to the blue, the reds. Vermilion red from Lukas. And Pirro red from Cobra. Both are warm red colors. Let's start with the Cobra. Absolutely. So this is definitely soft. Definitely softer than the ultramarine. Softer than the ultramarine. Okay, now over to Berlin, Lukas Berlin, Vermilion red. It's even softer, significantly noticeably softer than the Pirro red. this vermilion from Lukas Berlin, sure, absolutely. Okay, so far I can say again, the Lukas titanium white is a lot softer than the Cobra white. Ultramarine blue are about the same, maybe a tiny bit. The Lukas is softer, but there is no big difference. Red, vermilion red from Lukas is significantly softer than the Pyro red from Cobra. Let's then move over to the yellow ochre from Lukas. This one, when I squeeze out from the tube, it is, let's see the Cobra. I didn't feel any difference. Let's check out the Cobra first. Again, definitely this is soft. Absolutely excellent to work with on the paper. Here in this experiment I don't use at all. This is definitely softer than the ultramarine. About the same softness as the Pyro red. Let's check out the Lukas Berlin softness. This is almost the same. Yes, I can say that it is the same softness as the Cobra, so no difference here. I mean, the yellow ochre softness are exactly the same from both brands. And then over to the last color, which is burnt umber, first from Lukas. Feels soft directly from the tube. And Cobra, yes, this is burnt umber. This is soft again. Let's start with the Cobra burnt umber. The softness of this color is about the same as the ultramarine. Definitely. Yeah. So ultramarine and burnt umber about the Cobra are about the same softness. The yellow ochre and Pyro red again softer, and yes, and the titanium white is the softest of these five colors. Let's see the Berlin, Lukas Berlin. Again, I can say that Lukas Berlin burnt umber is significantly softer than the burnt umber from Cobra, and the colors are exactly the same. Nice. So overall, my friends, I just wanted to compare. So out of the tube softness, in general, Lukas Berlin is, when there was any difference, it was always softer, and the yellow ochre in my test was the same. I didn't find any difference. titanium white is a lot softer than any of the colors from the Cobra colors or any of the other colors, and the other colors are also softer. So my friends, so if you prefer softer colors out of the tube, then when you don't want to use painting medium at all, I would pick the Lukas Berlin. However, if you use anyway painting mediums, the Cobra colors are anyway so they are soft enough. Honestly, they are not as soft as the Lukas, but they are soft enough to be used out of the box. And if you want to use anyway a painting medium, Cobra colors are again a way to go. So it's really hard to decide between them. If in your area maybe you have a better prices on the Lukas Berlin, definitely go for the Lukas Berlin. Otherwise, the Cobra, the Royal Talens Cobra is an excellent high quality paint, just like the Lukas Berlin, so you will not be disappointed with any of them. So that was just a quick demonstration for that. Thank you for the attention.